Okay, so this is just a quick introduction to MailChimp and the 4Sprung email templates that we can provide and the capabilities that they have. So when you first log into MailChimp, the first thing you see is a dashboard, and it's pretty simple. It just gives you a rundown of all your recent activity. Obviously on this account is a demonstration account, so there's nothing really to show here. The first thing you would want to do is create a list. So this will be a mailing list of people that you are in contact with, usually customers and the like, or people who have into correspondence with you. And you can sit here and do it manually. Obviously that's going to take a while, but there is a function to import a list from a document, and I would highly recommend this. It will save you a lot of time. The easiest way I find is actually to just copy and paste from Excel, but you can also upload a contact list or a CSV. If you want to copy and paste from Excel, you just align everything in columns of email address, names, first and last name if you can, in separate columns. Select this, click in the little window, and then just paste. And they'll just appear. Really simple. And then after you click import list, you'll be able to assign a value to each column. So there will be email address, first name, last name, and a button above each where you just choose which field matches which. And then you import the list. It might take you a while if you've got a large amount of numbers, but then you'll be able to start emailing people. So the next step will be to create a campaign. Now you've got a few different options when it comes to creating a campaign. Here we'll display all your old campaigns or draft campaigns. You'll most likely be starting a new campaign, so regular old campaign is what we want. Some of the other options get into a bit more detail. If you want to go through the tutorials on MailChimp, they'll tell you the benefits of doing these different things. So we'll choose a list. We've got a little test list set up already. You can segment the list as well if you wish, by email address, sign up date, the rating, but we'll just send this to the entire list for the purpose of this demonstration. Setup, so the name of your campaign is just a reminder for yourself really, no one else sees that. Message subject, this is what appears in the subject line actually in the recipient's email, so make sure it's something relevant and also something that stands out a little bit. Probably a bad example, but I'm sure you can come up with something yourself. The from name should be something recognizable. They should know that it's you. And then the reply email address as well. Pretty straightforward. With the merge tags, this comes from the contacts you just imported. So when you assign the column of the contacts to a first name, it will actually, for each contact, put their first name in the email if you specify it to. And so it's got a personalized touch to it, so that's a nice little thing. I would suggest ticking these as and when you need them. Track opens, you can track the number of clicks on particular links. You can link it up to your Twitter account and post it as a tweet as well. So people that don't necessarily subscribe to your newsletter will also get a chance to read it and be connected to a HTML version. Then we move on to the design, and this is where the custom design templates come to play. Now you can actually just build your own email templates. You can use one of the ones that MailChimp has, but not particularly exciting, but they do the job. They've also got pre-designed templates. You can code your own, but I think you need a decent understanding of HTML to get that far, and then a little bit more understanding of how MailChimp works to actually code it so you can edit it in the WYSIWYG editor. And My Templates, this is where you'll go to get your 4Sprung template. So here you have a selection of templates and you just choose the one you want to go for. You can have a quick preview, just check you're getting the right one. So there we go, so we'll have a little bit of play with this one. Now this is a really powerful bit of MailChimp, and the bit that will make your life really easy when it comes to sending out multiple campaigns. Everything you see in this screen here that's just loading will be completely editable. So the background and things, for example, also will be preset because that's just how it will come through. But all the actual content, see where the edit things are, edit, remove, edit, edit. You can simply remove an image, you can remove a section of text. These are actually designed to expand or contract as you need. So you can add more sections, take away sections. Takes a little bit of time to load it once you get used to it. So you can see you can either add more, hide this, and so you can really make it as long as short as you need, and it gives each different email a different feel then, which is nice. Bring that back into view, shall we? When you actually get into the editing itself as well, it's very straightforward to use, nothing complicated. You can see here about website, different font size, it's bold, it's different color. Highlight some of the text to make it into a link. Really simple to use. And you see now when a user views that email, they can click on that link, it will take them to a URL that you've specified. You can also add images in the same box by using the links and the actual images which are already there as well. Edit. And then straight away we can change the proportions, we can put some alt text in there, give a URL as well so it's clickable. Or if you click upload, you can actually choose a new file to put in there. So there's pretty much nothing you can't do. And this bottom bit here, once you sign up, you fill in some mandatory information that provides information for this, and this means that you don't break any of the spam laws or the e-marketing code of practices that are going on, and that's really important because if you get blacklisted, you run the risk of getting your IP blocked, and obviously that's going to cause you a lot of problems in the future when you want to communicate with your clients. So you've completed your custom template. Next step is just to get the plain text version. This is for people with email clients that only view it through HTML, and this just comes directly from the content you've already got, so you can either change that or just have it as is. Let's keep it as is for now, and then you come through to confirmation. And you see any issues which are outstanding, you go and resolve. Everything that's been finalized is in green. You'd usually send a test email first to your own email address, just to make sure everything looks as it should, the layout is fine, there's nothing you've missed. And then you can send the actual email, which won't let me do that until you've clicked resolve, but once you've resolved that issue, there'll be another button for send now, which you'll be able to click there. And you can specify the time and date and the country, what time it gets sent out at, and that's a nice little touch to personalize it. So let's just go back, shall we, to see what you'd see after you've sent your campaign. So if you came back, say a day or two later, and you sent your campaign out, you want to see what's happened, are people responding to it, and the report section of MailChimp is really detailed in that respect. There's no information here at the moment, obviously, but it will tell you the percentage of your recipients that opened the email, the number of people who had bounced email addresses, the number of people who didn't open, and percentages of people who didn't open the email. It will compare your list to other lists in the same industry and give an average of them, compare your list against that. You'll also be able to see each individual link on your email campaign actually visually, and see the percentage of clicks which each link got compared to the rest of the links. You'll be able to see who clicked on which link as well, which is really powerful if you want to then target specific customer groups that are interested in certain areas of your campaign. So you might do a general newsletter to start off with, and then segment the people who are interested in certain areas into a new list, and then send specific information to them based on what they have clicked on, because that's their area of interest. So you can really get into a lot of detail. It'll also show you geographically where your customers are, who's opened what in what part of the world, so you can really tailor each campaign for the future. Everything else really is pretty self-explanatory. It's all in the tutorials that you can get on MailChimp. If you need any further advice, or you want to go ahead and get a template, just feel free to call us or email us at 4Sprung.